All right, let's get right into it. Today, we are diving deep into a decision that, let's be honest, a lot of people are facing right now, choosing between two absolute powerhouse GPUs from NVIDIA, the L40 and the L40S. Our goal here is pretty simple. We're going to break it all down so you can pick the perfect tool for your AI needs. I mean, it's everywhere, right? Generative AI has completely exploded, and it's created this tidal wave of demand for computing power. It's putting a huge strain on data centers. So the question isn't if you need to upgrade anymore, it's how you're going to do it smart to tackle this challenge. And that's really the heart of the matter. Picking a GPU isn't just about comparing numbers on a spec sheet anymore. It's a strategic move. It's about defining what you'll be capable of for the next few years. And today, we're putting two of NVIDIA's biggest strategic pieces on the board right under the microscope. Okay, so let's meet our contenders. We've got the L40 and the L40S. And what's interesting is they both come from the same family, NVIDIA's super powerful Ada Lovelace architecture. You can think of them as siblings, really. And what's so wild is just how much DNA they share. I mean, look at this. They're built on the exact same architecture, have the exact same number of CUDA cores, the same 4th-gen tensor cores, and identical 48 gigs of memory. On paper, you'd think they're basically twins, and that is exactly why the tiny differences between them are so incredibly important to get. So to make this super simple, let's use an analogy we're going to keep coming back to. The L40, think of it like a really, really good Swiss Army knife, a versatile multi-tool that can do a bunch of different things very well. The L40S, on the other hand, that's your specialized power tool. It's like a high-torque impact wrench, built to do one specific, really tough job with absolute maximum power. So, if it's not the core count or the memory, what is the secret sauce here? What's the real difference? Well, it all boils down to how they handle one specific type of math that is absolutely critical for modern AI. And that technology is called FP8. It's this 8-bit format that lets transformer models, we're talking the engines behind things like ChatGPT, run way, way faster while using a lot less memory. It's pretty much the magic ingredient for high-performance generative AI right now. And this slide just lays it all out perfectly. See, both GPUs can do FP8 math. The L40 has the hardware for it, no problem. But the L40S, it doesn't just support it. It has a secret weapon called the transformer engine. Think of it like a smart conductor for an orchestra, automatically and instantly switching between FP8 and the slightly more precise FP16 to squeeze out every single drop of performance. It's the difference between having the right tool and having a master craftsman wielding it. And that right there is the whole bull game. That transformer engine is what makes the L40S a purpose-built monster for large language models and other generative AI stuff. It's just tuned to perfection for that one specific job. Okay, talk is cheap, right? How does this fancy engine actually translate into performance? Let's see what this looks like when the rubber meets the road. Let's get to the numbers. And whoa, the difference is just staggering. I mean, look at this. For SPA performance, the L40S clocks in at 1466 T-flops. The L40 is at 724. That isn't just a little bump. That is a massive, game-changing leap. So let's just boil this down to the key takeaway. You are looking at roughly double the performance on the L40S for the most important AI calculations, which are FP8 and the similar INT8. For anybody whose job relies on getting the most AI throughput, a 2x jump is, well, it's impossible to ignore. Now, of course, all that extra horsepower doesn't come from nowhere. As you can see here, along with that doubled performance, the L40S does draw more power, 350 watts compared to the L40's 300. And that's a really important thing to think about when it comes to your data center's power and cooling. So, we've got all this tech talk, all these numbers. What does it actually mean for you? How do you make the call? Let's break down the decision. It really becomes pretty clear when you frame it this way. You go for the L40, our versatile multi-tool, if your servers are running a mix of things. AI tasks right alongside graphics, rendering, or virtual desktops. It's the ultimate do-it-all workhorse. But if generative AI is your number one top priority, and the only thing you care about is maximum throughput, max tokens per second, then you need the L40S. That's our specialized power tool, and it's built for those dedicated high-density AI factories. And here's a perfect real-world example of the L40 doing its thing. A company called DID uses it to create digital people from just text. But notice the workload here. It's a mix, right? It's AI to generate the person, but it's combined with high-end graphics and video production to make them look real. This is the exact kind of mixed environment where that L40 just shines. All right, let's bring this all home. We're going to wrap this all up into one final super simple framework you can use to make your decision. It really just comes down to these 3 steps. First, figure out your main workload. Is it a little bit of everything, or is it laser-focused on AI? Second, what's your goal? Do you need that all-around versatility, or do you need to crank out AI results as fast as humanly possible? And then step 3 is easy. You just match the tool to the task. The L40 for versatility, the L40S for that pure AI specialization. And hey, if you really want to go down the rabbit hole and compare these cards to a bunch of others, the folks over at bestgpusforai.com have a ton of great info. We've dropped the link right in the description for you. So as we close this out, I want to leave you with this one big thought. You've seen the specs, you've seen the use cases. This choice between the L40 and the L40S, it's more than just a hardware decision. It's really a question about your vision. Are you building a data center to solve yesterday's problems? Or are you architecting for the insane demands of tomorrow's generative AI world? The right answer? Well, that all comes down to your strategy. Thanks for tuning in.